Alright, everybody, and welcome back to Hexiled Gaming. I'm Scott, and I've got another match of X-Wing 2nd Edition for you here on Tabletop Simulator. This time, between Ken and SnooSnarry. This is a rematch of an earlier game. Ken took that one. SnooSnarry was not a big fan of that one. It was a list he was trying out, and I don't think he loved it. So, he's going to try something he's a little more sure of. Vader, Soontir, and a Omicron group pilot with Palpatine. Got a couple Pal Paces over here. And he is facing Ken with Wedge, Luke, and AP5. Luke with the supernatural reflexes. Very spicy last game. So we'll see if he can keep that up. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get bets up. Should be easy enough since it's the same people from last time. If you'd like to place a bet, that's !bet in the chat. Then the bet ID 0 for Ken, 1 for SnooSnarry. I'm gonna go ahead and Snarry seems confident, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet on him. And then the number of credits, 100 being the max. All right. So onwards and upwards. Let's see here. Got AP5 with Intimidation and Leia, so going to be able to use Leia to help these X-Wings turn around. Intimidation in case she gets in there and needs to force bumps. She will also be reducing the agility value. Then Wedge with outmaneuver, which we saw come into use last game with double evade reducing, taking Z's down to 0. So we'll see if he can get behind somebody this game. I don't think we saw afterburners get used, but I'm sure after a K turn, being able to boost to close that distance can come in quite handy. Let's take a look at this maneuver from, is that Luke? Sure is. Look how daring. Nicely done. Oop. No camera number 1. Alright. Whoops. Let's set that camera up real quick. We're professionals here. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Let's do a second camera here. Just in case we need to see something under a ship. Oh, oh god. We replaced camera number 1. We're messing up here. You guys get a little peek behind the curtain. There's the real number 1. Alright, so it looks like we're into combat here already. Soontir versus Wedge. Looks like 1 crit. And an evade, so he's fine. Wedge is going to be no friend of Soontir. This Soontir does have stealth device, so we'll get 4 dice here. Wedge has a focus. So it looks like 2 hits, 2 evades. Soontir is fine. All right. So that was all for the combat here. This is a sticky situation. We've got these Imperials moving away from the fight while Soontir moves in alone. Soontir does have Lone Wolf, so that'll help. We could see at least one double modded shot thanks to AP5 and up to 3 different arcs. I mean, I would slow roll AP5 so you get a back shot. Just bank in Luke here, maybe a hard turn. No, I think you one bank. You could even use Leia here, do a 4K out of Wedge and a boost. Get that outmaneuver going. That'd be spicy. Omicron group. Probably see a hard turn. Maybe a bank. Maybe he wants to take the long way around here. Vader's got advanced targeting computer and fire control system, so he's going to want to target lock in here. That shouldn't be a problem given his ability to take more than one action. After you perform an action, you may spend 1 force point to perform an action. Alright, so it looks like just waiting on Wedge. There goes Wedge's dial. Got everybody but Soontir. Nope, Wedge's going to rethink that. Alright, so Ken is ready. So just got to figure out Soontir fell here. He's really out there, man. He will get Palp. He will get Lone Wolf. Stealth device is still on, so he's got a lot of things to help him survive, but if all 3 arcs get pointed there, if Wedge gets close enough, it could be very bad for Soontir. Looks like everybody's... Oop, nope, Luke's rethinking things. Let's take a look at these S-foils. They are both open for now. Soontir going back to the dial. One thing you have to be careful of in Tabletop Simulator is using your hand. So if you go up here and you're doing things like this, your opponent can tell what you're thinking about. So it's best to just leave that cursor at the bottom of the screen. Draw with your finger if you have to. Alright, they're both ready. So Wedge... Oh, nope. Ken is not ready. He's going to move Wedge again. Alright, here's AP5. 1 bank. I think I would have gone forward. I think I would have kept that back arc facing down here. Maybe he was trying to get to Wedge. Goes for the focus on Luke. Here comes the Omicron, the 3 forward, so he's not interested in getting into the fight yet. He's going to coordinate to Vader, who's going to take a focus. That's good. It'll give him an opportunity to barrel roll and target lock if he wants, or not spend any of his force points. 1 bank out of Luke. I think that's the right call. Goes for the target lock on Soontir. Throws it across the board. BM. Here comes Soontir with a 2 hard. Says, hey, dodge this. Maybe a barrel roll right would help. Although he probably has the bullseye arc here on Luke. Let's take a look at his ability real quick. So at the start of the engagement phase, if there is an enemy ship in your bullseye, gain 1 focus token. So after you perform an action, you may perform a red barrel roll or boost action. So he did an evade into a barrel roll, which gives him a little bit of rock cover here from Luke, and gives him the possibility of lining up the bullseye on Wedge. But man, if we see a 4K, no, I guess Leia's the start of activation, so we missed Leia. Oh man, a 4K would have been so great. Getting behind Wedge here. Maybe he did dial in a 4K and he was trying to coordinate a boost. But it wouldn't be too bad if Wedge does a 1 bank. I hope he flipped his S-foils open, or closed. He tried to barrel roll left and backwards. What? Focus! Why wouldn't you focus? First of all, you knew what dial or what maneuver you put in. Why didn't you close your S-foils and boost? Maybe he thought he'd still... Well, maybe he does still have arc. Here comes Soontir fell. Thinking about Lone Wolf or something? Oh, yeah. One evade. So hit crit, that's 2 shields. This is baffling. You gotta know there's no barrel roll in the world that's gonna fit there. He thought he could fit in here, I guess? Ugh. So hit, crit. 2 focuses. He's gonna spend the evade and a focus to take none. So maybe we'll see Leia and a Talon. No, I don't. I think you probably let Soontir just roll past you when you come down here to take care of Vader. Of course, Soontir's just going to annihilate AP5. Oof, this is tough. I wonder if he saw that 1 bank and he was just absolutely sure that he was going to get arc. But man, oh, a boost would have been so fantastic there. If he boosted straight, he could have turned and come after Soontir again. Ugh, it's heartbreaking. Alright. So they gotta figure out Luke and Soontir. There's Luke. I mean, why not just 3 straight or something come after AP5? He's just double checking Wedge. He's like, how could I have missed this? So let's take a look at that. Nothing on the Imperials here. 2 shields gone on Wedge. We could see Wedge just move away and start regenning. Oops, a definite possibility. Ooh, here comes Leia. Three hard out of AP5. Looks like AP5 and the Lambda both moving at the same time. The Imperial team does have initiative. You know, we'll go ahead and put that in the overlay. We'll put a little star over here. Alright, I'm missing some good stuff over here. Luke coming around this rock. Maybe looking for a block on Soontir. 2 bank out of Vader. Has a focus from the coordinate, so going to take a target lock. Luke has already moved, so you know he's going to be there. The real question is, do you think Wedge is running to go regen? Or is he going to... You probably have to know... Well, actually, Wedge might turn over here. Oof. This is tough. Because Leia went off, you got to know that there's red maneuvers, and probably more red maneuvers than just this AP5. Three straight from Soontir. Looks like he has the bullseye lined up. Probably just evade. He could barrel roll to the left to arc dodge if he wanted. Nope, he's going to evade. And he's not going to linked action off of it because he probably wants to turn around. Alright, so Soontir's done. Let's see what Wedge did. Ooh. Ooh. Not really the direction you wanted to go. So he's looking at that arc. I think he's got Soontir. It's just a... Well, I don't think going backwards helps you. Yeah, I think that's probably right where you want to be. He's going to boost with Afterburners. So he's already used it once. Wow, okay. So Afterburners is gone. R's gone. And thanks to Leia, that is a white maneuver, so he gets to focus. Alright, so Vader going to throw 3 dice into the back of Wedge. He's going to spend that focus token for 3. I think if you're Wedge, you do not modify these. And he doesn't need to. Doesn't have to worry about it. So it takes 2. Down to 2 himself. But man, he's going to get a nice shot into the rear of... Did he not advance targeting computer turn that into a crit? Oh, he did. It is Wounded Pilot. After you perform an attack, roll 1 dice. Oof. So here comes Soontir fell. He does have the bullseye arc lined up, so he did get his focus. 3 dice. Ooh, blank, blank, focus. He's going to spin the focus. And one evade out of AP5 says, no thank you, Soontir fell. Alright, let's see this wedge shot. Is he in... It's probably range 2. Let's check that. Yep, range 2. So 3 dice. Outmaneuver and wedge. So Soontir fell's at 3, plus 1 for stealth device. So minus 2 for wedge. Ooh, hit crit naturally. Oh my god, he's gonna spin focus evade and take the crit. It is a direct hit. So stealth device is gone. Oh, Soontir's on 1. Wow. So here's 2 dice from AP5. 1 hit. So it'll be 3 dice from Soontir fell. 1 evade. Wow. I would probably check that arc on Luke, but let's have a Luke v Vader shot. Hit focus, gonna spend the probably the token. Ooh, 2 on Vader. So Soontir didn't spend Lone Wolf, but that was because he didn't spend it on an attack because he wanted it for the wedge shot. But with only 2 evade dice, didn't end up needing it. So that's kind of a bummer. But We'll probably see Soontir turn around. Wedge is coming after him. Soontir on 1, Wedge on 2. Snarry does have initiative, so he will get to shoot first. So if it comes to Wedge versus Soontir, Soontir could, well, actually they would kill each other because of simultaneous fire. Wedge does have a target lock, so he'll probably just slow roll it and focus. We may even see AP5 move up here. You get a rear arc. Alright, looks like the rebels are all dialed in here. And, ooh, these Imperials are done too. Just double checking everything. Snarry's done. Leia's gonna flip her first charge. Did Luke regen 2? I can't remember if Luke used supernatural reflexes and then spent a charge to attack. I don't think he did. I think he spent his focus token. Anyway, AP5 moves up, gives a coordinated focus to Luke, who does a 3 forward. He's going to start working on this Palp shuttle. Going to target lock. I imagine he's going to target lock the shuttle. Yep. Pretty safe. S-foils are open. Comes Vader with a 3 bank. Should be safe from Luke. So I imagine he's going to move his... He took a focus, and he's got a target lock, so he's fine. Here's the K-turn out of Soontir. And here's the 2 forward out of Wedge, who takes the focus. So we've got a bunch of 6s here. And here comes the wounded pilot. After you perform an attack, roll 1 attack dice. Alright, so they're wondering about the wounded pilot here. Hold on. So it's after you perform an attack, roll 1 attack die. Yeah, so they were wondering... One guy thought it was when you take an action, not when you perform an attack. Thought it was when you perform an action, so... So he's still got it on him. He rolled for it, didn't take a stress. Soontir gets the focus. So Vader onto Wedge. 3 hits. He's going to turn 1 into a crit. So he would take the crit, which is loose stabilizer. After you execute a non-straight maneuver, suffer 1 damage. So down to 1 on Wedge. Alright, so now Soontir's going to shoot into Wedge. Ooh, 3 natural hits! That's a dead Wedge. Yep. So takes all the damage. Still available for simultaneous fire. He's gonna wish he had that focus, probably. Hit, crit. So Soontir's dead, but I think he rolled too many dice, right? It would be 3 for Soontir fell, plus 1 for range, which is 4. Oh, no, sorry, there's no outmaneuver. Minus 1 for Wedge. Okay. That's where I was getting confused. So Soontir fell is gone, Wedge is gone. Ace v Ace. Alright, Luke into the Palp Carrier. Range 3 unobstructed. He's going to use the target lock. Ooh, and spend the focus. Yeah. For 2 hits. See if Palp can... Nope. Takes 2 shields. 0 paint. He's got 2 shields left on that Lambda. Alright. See if I can turn off some of these notifications. Alright. So, ooh, these guys are dialed in nice and quick. That Omicron group pilot going to expose its vulnerable side meats. Goes for a reinforce. Glad that they have that action now. They also have a jam, but out of range for that. Alright, here comes AP5. Thinking about a coordinate or a calculate. So going to coordinate a target lock, which probably means he is Yep. Talon rolling. Might scoot himself up.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Oh boy. There is a way to scoop things in this game. I just don't know what it is. Oh, he's gonna go backwards. Alright, so... Ooh, was that an Afterburners boost? So, gonna spend a force point to focus and target lock, it looks like. Yeah. 2 hits. Gonna turn one of those into a crit and spin the target lock for hit, crit, crit. 2 blanks on AP5, so that's a shield. And 2 crits. We have a disabled power regulator and structural damage. Down to 2 on AP5. So Luke into Vader. Range 1, obstructed. Does Luke have a target lock here? Sure does. And he has both force points online, so he's going to spin that target lock for the blanks. And spend his 2 points. Yep. For 3 hits. Two evades. Gonna spend his force point, one of 3, to escape. And here comes AP5's range 1 unmodded shot. Hit focus, so 1 hit. Comes 3 dice out of Vader. 1 of 8. So back to dials we go. Leia is all charged up. So let's take a look at these crits real quick. After you engage, gain 1 ion token. So AP5's going on that rock. Structural damage. She rolls 1 fewer dice. Oh, nope, that's not where I want to send you. Alright, so we all know what AP5 is doing. Do we see a Talon roll out of Darth Vader? What else has he got on him? Nope, just fire control system. Okay. And he spent the target lock he had on AP5. So looks like we're ready to go here. Luke is facing that rock. He did recharge one force point, but he might have to spend that. Let's see. AP5 takes another crit. Ow, ow, ow. If this is a direct hit, it is not disabled power regulator. So he gets the same thing. He's going one forward again. Oh, poor little feller. Down to one. Oh, Luke with a 3 hard turn on the rock. What happened here? It's given Vader some free shots. Vader and the Lambda both have shots into Luke. And neither of these rebels get shots. Alright, here's the range 1 shot from Vader. Hit, crit, crit. Oh my god. Here's the obstructed shot into Luke. 2 evades, so takes 1 shield. He is lucky that's all that was. Oh, Luke had already lost 1 shield. Okay, I didn't know that. Alright, here's 3 shots from the Lambda. 1 hit into Luke. Can Luke get a focus or... Oh, double natty evades. You know what? I'm going to do a late natty for Vader's range 1 hit crit crit. That was insane. Luke is very lucky to have avoided that for the most part. So what do we see here? Does Luke move away to regen? Does he stay in the fight? He's got a little bit of rock cover here, so he can be relatively confident that Vader's not going to come after him if he comes up here. But I mean, we're probably going to see a big old maneuver out of this Lambda. Well, a 2 is fine. I would target lock, probably. Let's take a look at that. Oh, the Lambda doesn't have a target lock. Could coordinate to Vader if he wanted to. I think he probably focused, right?
Life moves pretty
What?
fast.
I mean, okay.
You don't stop to look
I'm
around
not
once
too
in a
worried.
while,
Well, I mean, I guess Luke
you
could
miss it.
too hard and try and shoot you, but I think I focus, try to make my shots count. Oh, he spent Leia. And supernatural, afterburners. So it's a white maneuver. Ooh, here comes Vader. 2 bank. Relieves the stress. Probably just barrel roll. I would probably focus first. Oh, nope, he's going to focus and stay there. And barrel roll. Okay. I don't know why he focused. Unless he's just making super sure. Okay. So 4 dice from the Lambda into a 1 dice structurally damaged AP5. Hit crit. That's a dead AP5. Alright, so it looks like these Imperials are being pretty dominant right now. This shuttle is in a bit of a tricky situation. It probably wants to keep that rear arc facing this direction. It doesn't want to head towards this rock. Maybe 2 hard turns, or maybe he could do a stop maneuver. He could 1 bank. Or 1 forward. And just take the rock when he has to. So Vader used both of his force tokens last round. He target locked, focused, and barrel rolled. So we'll see if he remembers to get one of those back. There we go. There's a 2 hard out of the Lambda. Takes a stress. One bank out of Luke. Relieves the stress, takes a target lock. 4K out of Vader. So we'll see. Ooh, they do have range. So here comes a 3 dice advanced targeting computer fire control system shot, looks like. And one of those is going to turn into a crit from advanced targeting computer, and he's going to spend a token to get the other one. So he's going to have to spend both of his charges and take the crit. Looks like that's fuel leak. Yep. So if he takes another crit, it's going to add a damage. Down to 3 on Luke. So he gets 3 focuses. He's probably going to spend his target lock. Nope, he's going to keep it. I think you just gun it towards Vader and start regenning. Yep, here comes the Lambda. Range 3. He's got Palp. No reason not to take it. Okay, nothing to pout. One hit. Oh, triple evades. That is one safe Luke. Yeah, maybe a supernatural boost and then a 3 bank. Or a boost forward and a 3 bank. With this stress, shouldn't be any way for Vader to turn around. The Omicron group can't do a stop maneuver, so he's probably just gonna 1 bank this way. Yep. And a reinforce. Alright, close the S-foils on Luke. He's going to supernatural barrel roll. Flip for a 4K. Wow, wow, wow. And regen. Why would you go... That is confusing. I mean, if we see a 1 bank here... Okay. 2 from Vader. He's not too worried about it. So Luke gets a shield back. I don't know why you purposefully put yourself in range unless you just really want to be behind Vader. 1 hit. Any paint will be good for Luke, so he's fine. I imagine we'll see well, we could see another Talon here out of Vader. Vader's on 3, so he's not hurting too much. So if well, I don't think a move over here is going to help him, right? Well, he could Talon roll here and then... No, he can't barrel roll. He'd be stressed. Do you run? Can Luke fit a supernatural barrel roll? I think a barrel roll forward and left would fit. I think you 1 bank. And if Vader goes this way, you barrel roll backwards and then 1 bank up here. And if Vader goes this way, you can barrel roll left and pursue. Oh, I forgot you move first. I'll relieves the stress. Let's take a look at Supernatural real quick. So you got to perform an action, so you can't do it while you're stressed. Sorry. I was thinking about that all wrong. Too hard out of Vader is blocked. So, this time, maybe you barrel roll backwards. 1 bank. I think if you're Vader, you just bank or turn left. Ooh, well, we could see a K turn out of Luke over here. He does have a target lock. I wonder if barrel rolling and then Talon rolling would help him. Alright, looks like they're ready to go. So Omicron group, do we see him hard turn, or does he just keep banking? I think he banks. Yeah. Take a focus or a reinforce, just in case Luke comes after you. Does the unthinkable. Yep, 4K out of Luke. Maybe a 2 forward out of Vader. 1 forward. Even safer. I don't think there's any amount of arc dodging here. You could boost, barrel roll, but take your licks. Vader's gonna shoot first anyway. 4 dice at range 1. Four hits. And 1 gets turned into a crit. So hit, crit are going through. If that's a double damage, that's a dead Skywalker. Oh, he's dead anyway because of fuel leak. Because that hit goes through and adds another hit. Well, that's it. The Imperials take it. Congrats to SnooSnarry. Well flown to both of these gentlemen. And that's going to do it here. Thanks for joining me on behalf of Hexiled Gaming. This is Scott, signing off.